Once we've selected our graphical opt-in form and the web page file that we're going to insert it into, we need to set ourselves up, and this is something that we should really do for each new web page that we create and that we want to insert a form into. The first step we need to do is to copy all of the files that we need. And the best thing to do is to create a new project folder to hold these files. Once we've created our folder, we will copy in the files for the web page. That includes an HTML file and also any images that are associated with it, which are usually in an images folder. We'll then copy our opt-in form files into the new project folder as well. Again, we'll copy the HTML file, but this time we'll copy any associated images into the existing images folder, so we don't end up with multiple folders. So there are a couple of steps we need to do to get set up and ready to insert our form into our web page. The first step is to make a new project folder to contain the working files for our new web page. What we don't want to do is work with the original HTML files, because we'll then have no original copy to work from if we want another web page. So we're going to make, first of all, a project folder. We do this with the new folder command, which can also be accessed either by right-clicking to get new folder on the desktop, or we can do file new folder. This is obviously down to the operating system that you're using. Okay, and I'm going to call it My Super Project. Doesn't really matter what you call it, but call it something representative of the project that you're working on. Now I'm going to open this folder because the next step is to copy the appropriate files into our working folder. So open this folder, and I'm also going to open our opt-in graphics folder, which contains the original files. We're going to first of all copy the web page files. This is quite an important step. We need to copy the web page files first, and that was opt-in graphics landing pages B1, and we need to copy B1 HTML and the images folder. So I select all of those by dragging across them like this, and then if I right click I can copy. Now I click on My Super Project folder in this window and right click and paste. So now we have a copy of our B1 HTML file, which is our web page, in My Super Project. Let's go back over to the opt-in graphics window. Now we need the opt-in form files, which are in opt-in templates, opt-in, O1 blue, and this step is slightly different. We need to first of all copy the HTML file. So right click that, copy, move up to My Super Project and right click and paste. So now we have two HTML files. Now the next step is very important. We're going to put the images files for the form in the images folder. So open the images folder, and back in our opt-in form directory, open the images folder as well. Again, select all of the files in there, copy, go to the project folder, images folder, and paste. So your project folder should look something like this. Inside the project folder itself, two HTML files, and inside the images folder in there we have all the images for both. There are 9 images here. Now obviously your example may be different. Your HTML page may have no graphics associated with it. Your form probably will. If your form does have graphics and your page does not, then you need to make sure that you copy the images folder exactly as you see it here across. This is very important because if you open the form file at this point and it doesn't display properly, you know you haven't copied the images across correctly. So let's just check that. So first of all, I'll open the web page from inside my new project folder, double click, and everything seems to have worked fine. And if I open the form, again everything seems to have worked fine.